Welcome back to the Peugeot 3008 SUV, a car that we were so impressed by that we awarded it our SUV of the year last year, and it's actually a car that the whole of Europe was so impressed by that it won overall car of the year. Now we've tested it on its launch in Italy in 2-litre diesel guys, top spec, all singing, all dancing, and then in the more reasonable 1.6-litre diesel, which of course is the biggest seller. But today we've got a 1.2-litre engine. It shares the same handsome stance and chiselled looks with the rest of its siblings, and the intricate detailing within the design helps push the perceived quality way up market. It actually rivals many more premium brands in that respect. In GT line specification, as found on our test car here, it enjoys a contrasting diamond black roof and 18-inch alloy wheels. A wide chromed grille gives it purpose, and those feline-inspired lights certainly character. The designer certainly made a statement when he put pen to paper for the 3008. But another crucial pillar to the 3008 success is the interior, because of course this is where you spend all of your time, and it features something called iCockpit. It's a new ethos from Peugeot about how to design and build a cockpit, primarily focusing on the driver's integration, so everything wraps around. Firstly, you've got the new 12.3-inch digital display here, which is totally customizable, and it has some really nice intricate graphical interfaces, and again this is something that you pay extra for on a more premium model, but actually it's something that comes standard across the range with the 3008. Also standard, you'll find this touchscreen infotainment display. It's really intuitive, it's responsive, it's a big step up from what we've had in previous Peugeots, and it offers all of your usual infotainment features, phone integration, satellite navigation, and the like. It's actually angled more towards the driver for better ergonomics. However, one of my favourite features of the cabin are to be found just below in the form of these piano shortcut keys. Because whilst touchscreens are all well and good, when you're driving along you can't feel for what icon you're trying to push on the screen. These shortcut buttons that get you into sub-menus make things a hell of a lot easier. GT line cars are endowed with these half leather seats, and they're comfortable and supportive in all the right places. You could really sink into them and cover a long distance. Here they're also heated and massaging. The chrome, the cascading elements of the dashboard, it all just goes to show how polished this product is. The rear bench seats 3, with the outermost occupants getting plenty of head and legroom. Of course, that keeps the kids quiet on those longer car journeys. Middle occupants, slightly less so because legroom is cut down by some protruding vents. Rear visibility could be better, so I'd certainly advise getting the reversing camera. Boot space is a generous 591 litres, with a nice flat floor and wide opening for loading bulkier objects. But what about that low capacity 3-cylinder engine, I hear you cry? Surely it's not the right fit for a vehicle of this size. Well, to my surprise too, it's actually one of my favourites now. This turbocharged 1.2 produces 129 brake horsepower and 230 Nm of torque, and certainly once that turbo gets up to speed, the torque delivery is really nice, and it punches well above its weight. You would never think that it was a 1.2-litre engine in this car. It never feels underpowered, it doesn't feel asthmatic, and of course with a 6th gear from this 6-speed manual transmission, it means that it'll actually cruise the motorway and hold its own. Take it to the red line, and of course it has that classic 3-cylinder thrum, which I actually think is quite characterful. But generally speaking, refinement's very good. The engine is generally muted as you go about your business. Whilst the 3008 might not be the most engaging car in its class to drive, it certainly has that nice reassurance from the high grip levels and the balance of the chassis. Of course, there's a little bit of body roll, it's a tall vehicle, but there's also a sport mode button down here that sharpens the steering and the throttle response should you find yourself on some slightly twistier roads. But this small steering wheel to boost agility in combination with that sport mode, yeah, it certainly makes it a good car to drive. It's got more than enough grunt to take advantage of gaps in the traffic around town, and with emissions of 117 grams per kilometre of CO2 and up to 55 Mpg combined, it should be relatively cheap to run too. You can have this 1.2 litre PureTech engine from £21,995, and whilst that might sound a little bit on the pricey side, as soon as you start factoring in the vast amount of standard equipment that you get with the 3008, it actually works out as better value than many of its premium rivals. And with an impending war on diesel throughout Europe, I think this petrol model may well be where the smart money is.
Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for all of the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For breaking news and written reviews, visit www.insidelane.co.uk.